money. Moving on to the Sporting Life Arkle, the second race on Tuesday, and what a race we have in store here. Current even money favourite is last year's Supreme Novice Hurdle winner Shishkin, 9-4 Energamine. It is 15-2 All Mankind, 16-1 Captain Guinness, and 20-1 Bar. Right, Mikey Fogarty, tell us all about this Energamine. What's he like at home? Is he like this time last year? I'd never heard of the horse. Is he a superstar?
We had heard of him, all right, and yeah, he was a nice horse, but he only won a maiden hurdle in Gorn. So now, usually David is a terrible judge, okay, but he did say to me last September, we were schooling, you know, whatever like that.
Mullins, by the way, Mullins is a terrible judge, yeah, just to get that straight, yeah.
Yeah, he says, I said, what's this yoke? Shh, be quiet there, be quiet. He goes, that yoke will win the Arkle. This is before he even jumped the fence.
Ah, come on. That's bullshit, is it?
David knows me. I don't tell lies. You know?
No, and Mikey wouldn't speak me up either. So
no, you're probably right. You're probably right.
Last September, when we school everything like it once or twice, like a couple of times before they run the first day. You know, I was just like, "What's this?" And he goes, "That'll win the Arkle." So, and I laughed at him and said, "Yeah, good man." And he's on track still. He's a beautiful horse, brilliant jumper. Probably got it his own way a couple of times in Ireland. So he looks, but you can't fault him that way. Look, I'm just in the Siskin camp. I think he's another Altior, and I love Cheltenham Grade 1 Supreme Novice Farm, where he came from to win the Supreme Novice. On, I thought the ground was, we don't know where it is, what way it'll be, but for me, I'm going to stick with Siskin. I know he's even money, but I just love his mind, the way he goes about racing. And Nicky, I think for some reason, horses just improving him with age. So for me, I'm going to stick with Siskin. But All Mankind will make it a very interesting race. In fairness to Cooper, might be placed there. He might snake in for a bit of third prize money on Franco Deport. But Harry Skelton will do well now to get All Mankind around. He is no scope. He takes a bit of riding, and he is one for. He wouldn't get around a track in Ireland, no chance. So he might get around there, but he'd be one now for towing the iron.
For towing the iron.
Towing the iron, so that if he does fall, you get fired away. Yeah.
Okay, so it's 1-0 so far to Shishkin. Mikey Fogarty likes Shishkin. David Mullins, we have to come to you now. What was it about Energamine that made you think that he was going to win the Arkle?
His presence. I seen him the first morning going down to school and over the fences with Paul, and you know, it's when you see even a rider's face coming back after riding, it was kind of like Ruby Walsh schooling under Sow for the first morning. He's just a big, powerful, gorgeous horse and really attacks his fences. There's not much in it. There's nothing in it for me. Shishkin and Energamine. It's not a race I'd have a bet in. I'd love to be picking which one of those two I was going to be riding, but I don't know. I'm going to have to stay loyal to Willie, but I can't see much in it. I think it's a race you have to enjoy. It's going to be a great spectacle, loads of pace. Captain Guinness, the Skeleton horse, and the two boys following him. So, you know, it's going to be a great spectacle. I don't think there's much in it. If you fancy one, go have your few pound on it. But genuinely, if you're sure on one of them going to win, I probably don't think you're the cleverest person in the world.
So tell me this then. When Energamine ran in Gorham Park the first day, did you think he was an absolute moral certain? Did you know what we were going to witness? Like,
I actually rode in the maiden hurdle, I think, for a trainer down in Wexford, and I was told I had a chance by the trainer's brother.
Your sons.
Go on.
I think Mikey got beat off 92 the other day.
83,
sorry.
84, 5, yeah.
Yeah, he told me I had a chance. So yeah, the best judge is on the other side of the screen here.
Start of it now, David.
This is it for the night now. The tone has been set.
It's a good job. We're not sitting beside each other across the table tonight.
I'll have to come downstairs to you in a minute, Mike.
Shut up, will you? Hey!
So, Diarmuid Nolan, are you a Shishkin fan or are you an Energamine fan?
I completely agree there with the lads overall. I don't think there's much in this, but I'm a big Shishkin fan. I always have been, and sorry, not always have been. I was after the Supreme last year, just from where he came from, and Energy must be a monster because everyone connected with the horse keeps saying it. So, and he's been very impressive so far. But I'm not convinced on the Irish bunch of 2 mile chasers. I'm not sure what's in behind him apart from Franco Deporte, who will run on in place. But you know, like there's just a few of them that just aren't kind of great to me. And Shishkin's Grade 1 form, as Mikey said earlier, of winning that Supreme, that's very strong form for me because I really fancy Abracadabras in the Champion Hurdle. So Shishkin will be doing me a favour.
Don't be giving the game away, Diarmuid.
But Tamarack the
people stay watching.
Tamarack the Matan last weekend or 2 weekends ago would have given a lot of people associated with Shishkin a lot of confidence, and I think Shishkin takes a lot of stopping, but it's a no bet race for me. I was sitting back watching it. I'll be enjoying it. Has it all, but Shishkin. If I was pushed, David, I would be back in Shishkin. Yes.
Okay. I'll push you. Yeah, it's Shishkin for Diarmuid Nolan.
Sorry. Does Frank Report definitely run the Arkle?
Well, I did a few kind of stable toury things with Willie, right? And Willie said that he likes to have kind of, Energamine who'll be up there. And he said, just in case something happens, I like to have a second horse in the Arkle. And Franco Deporte, if go too fast, might pick up the pieces, and stay into a place. So the impression I got from Willie was that he would go for the Arkle. But then you kind of go through his marsh runners, and you're kind of going,
that's some statement. That's some state. I'd like to have 2 runners. I'd like to have 10 runners in the Arkle, but I can't.
Yeah, but you're only David Mullins. You're not Willie Mullins.
What's that statement makes no sense.
Donn Jennings.
He might be now. Hold on, give him time. He's still young. He could be Willie yet.
I wouldn't put it past him telling Willie what to do.
Dean Ryan, is Shishkin not the best horse running at this year's Cheltenham Festival?
Yeah, it could be. I definitely think he's the one who's going to take all the beating in the Arkle. It's great that we've got Energamine in there to probably give him something to aim at. The one thing you'd worry about, and it's an even money shot for an Arkle, so this is no surprise. But if he was to miss one fence, he'd have a very good one in front of him, probably a few lengths clear, and that's not easy to come back from. That's your only concern. I think in terms of, we remember the Supreme last year, as we all do, when he got out of a bit of trouble, and he got Nico out of trouble, and then he was so tough. I think he's a special horse. I don't know where Nicky finds these. You've got Altior, Sprinter Sacra. This is the third coming of that genre, so it seems, and yeah, just fantastic horse race. So all mankind, I'd agree. I think he's going to struggle to jump round, but the betting is spot on. The rest of them are out with they'll be trying to pick up the pieces. So if Shishkin, something happens to him, and Energamine will win. If something happens to an Energamine, then you'd imagine all mankind will win if he doesn't come a cropper. But Shishkin, I think he's super special, and we're lucky to have something to take him on. But the better horse that he runs against, the better he'll be, I would imagine.
Right, Donn McClean, right? There are no fences here, okay? You are not allowed, and we're going to cut you off if you sit on the fence here, right? I want you to tell me who is going to win between Energamine and Shishkin, okay? You are the form student. You are the person that people are going to be scratching their head and they're going to go, don't know which one of these to back. What does Donn McClean fancy? Right, Don? I want a positive answer here. Energamine or Shishkin?
So how could you choose between them, David?
No. Right, okay. Right. Let's start again, Don, right? Right, Don.
How can you compare? How can you decide one?
I tell you why, Don. Because I'd say when you take in your racing TV salary, your Irish field salary, perhaps what you're getting for this as well, and all the different little things that you do. Yeah, I know you're tipping, you're a famous tipster, okay? So you are one of the most famous tipsters in Irish racing. You are one of the best tipsters in Irish racing. So if you don't know what's going to win between Shishkin and Energamine, nobody else has a hope.
So one of your advantages as a punter is you decide what races you bet in. You decide where you pick your bets, and this is not one of them. This is
I did my best, lads. I did my best.
You're probably too young to remember Bob's Down against Noddy's Ride, but this is in the Arkle, I think in the 80s. Again, the Irish Bob's Down against Noddy's Ride. It was a hell of a tussle between the two of them, and this is similar. You can't. Back to what David.
Hold on a second. I can.
Okay, well, you have to say in a minute. Yeah. They're two. Look, an awful lot depends on how the race is going to be run. I suppose you can argue that if one is an even money shot and the other is a 9-4 shot, the 9-4 shot is the value, and that's legitimate. A couple of things, like how the race is going to be run, that's fascinating because All Mankind, he's a tearaway, and Energumen likes to go forward. Maybe David and Mikey will disagree with this. I thought Energumen went a wee bit to his right in his last couple of runs, and that's fine. Like obviously at Gowran Park, it's okay. You're going right-handed. At Naas, it was fine as well because they went around the outside, and actually it was an advantage to be going a wee bit to your right.
Fair point, yeah.
Cheltenham in the Arkle on good ground, it's not an advantage to be going to your right, and it may not be a thing, but I just thought he did it, and he did it a little like it,
Hardly Grandad. So Shishkin wins, so does he?
No. Energumen is such an engine. Like when he won over 2.5 at Gowran Park, I thought he's a 2.5 miler. I actually backed Captain Guinness to beat him next time at Naas back over 2 miles. I thought I still think we haven't seen the real Captain Guinness yet. Like he was ran a massive race in the Supreme last year, as the lad said. If you look at it again, he was under pressure going to the second last, and then there was Alden Melee at the second last where Captain Guinness was caught in the backwash. He was still travelling well in that Supreme Novices hurdle. Now, he probably wouldn't have come up the hill as strongly as Shishkin, given the way he finished off his race and the way he came back at Abacadabras. But I think Captain Guinness, just a little one, I wouldn't completely give up on him yet. And Frank O'Rourke could pick up pieces. But Captain Guinness, like, they're going to go fast. All Mankind's going to be up there. And Energumen only knows one way as well. He's going to be going forward. And like on good ground, going left-handed at Cheltenham, we still have to see if Energumen can be as good as he is on soft ground in Ireland. Whereas we know Shishkin, he's done it at Cheltenham before over hurdles. Look, not that you need to have a bet in any race, but this is one that you'd nearly enjoy it more if you didn't have a bet, because it's a fascinating race. But I backed Captain Guinness earlier in the season, and I haven't fully given up on him yet, so I'll have one eye on him as well.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think when you take out the first two, I think Captain Guinness is the one you'd fall on, but just pick up the pieces, finish second or third if something happened. Right, so I'm going to go through the panel. We're not going to do this in every race, but I'm going to go through the panel just because it might annoy Donn. In a word, Shishkin or Energumen? Diarmuid Nolan?
Shishkin.
Dean Ryan?
Shishkin.
2-0. David Mullins?
Energumen.
2-1. Mikey Fogarty? Mikey Fogarty.
Shishkin.
I repeat, Michael Fogarty.
Shishkin.
Right, that's 3-1. Donn McClean.
Captain Guinness.
Jeez.
3. Well, we just pretend he's not in the race, Donn, at the moment, okay? So, Energumen or Shishkin?
No chance, Donn. He's no chance.
You think? Yeah.
He's an American. He won.
Mikey, the next time we come back to you, you're going to be in the shower.
Look, I'm saving Donn a few quid there. A smart guy and a great job.
It's already done, Mikey.
Well, here, Donn, if I had your money, I'd burn me on.
Donn, come on. Shishkin or Energumen? Come on, it's not life or death.
I know that. Look, I'll be cheering for an Energumen against Shishkin. I'd love to see an Energumen winning it.
Okay, so it's 3-2, and I will go for Shishkin to make it 4-2.